Hello, my diamonds. SheilaTruelove here with you. Don't let these men use your kids so that they will have some place to stay, because you have a lot of these men. They know that women, they want the whole dynamic, like the father, the kids, the wife, the fairy tale, what have you. And they don't care about using your kids just to get what they want, which is usually a place to stay, a cot, and a meal. So let me share this with you. And it doesn't have anything to do whether you are a nurse, whether you are CFO, a CEO, you're in the legal field. It doesn't matter. As long as you have employment, your own place, and a car, your own transportation, this is what you have to be mindful and careful of.
90. Nurses, I keep telling y'all that there are some men who will literally only want to date you.
It's not just nurses, it's any woman. And me working in property management, I learned that it doesn't matter. As long as you got your own place and you have a car, it doesn't matter if you live in paycheck to paycheck. If you got your own place and your own car and you got kids, that's there and they're guaranteed a place to stay and something to eat. Okay? These men like to swoop in and try to play stepdaddy and get you, try to use them kids and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Because they know that most women want that family lifestyle, but you be paying for their image, bitch. I work for this lady who, she was my property manager. She had 6 kids. And this 31-year-old came in. She's in her mid-40s. Okay? She had a side business. This nigga ran through 30K in 1 month. Me and her was trying to backtrack because she didn't understand how she ran through 30K. When I rerun that shit back, he used to do shit like, oh, I need to borrow 4K so I can run to New Orleans. And she'd be like, okay. He'd be like, I'm going to flip it. I'm going to bring you this back. And then he would come back with nothing. She'd be like, well, did you flip it? No. Well, did you still got my money? Can I get my money back? No. She even helped him get a job. She asked him, she had him on speakerphone. She was so happy because he was fit to get his first check. She asked him, can he pay this bill? This man said no. After all that money. Y'all, I forgot to mention, not only was he unemployed, but he was a Atlanta-based rapper. And you know these rappers they live off clout. And what I mean by clout, like street credit. Women really will take care of these men because they really feel like he's about to blow up. So they want to be the ones that was with him from day one, that had his back. These type men that live off street credit, they can call any woman they've been dealing with at the drop of a hat. She gonna stop what she doing. She gonna give him a ride. He can call somebody and say, I'm hungry. She either gonna DoorDash it or she gonna tell him he can come over here and get something to eat. He can call it if he needs a place to stay. One lady put him out. He could call another one to come get his bags and move him in. I'm telling you, it's a real thing. It's called street credit. This dude fucked around and slipped up and said that she had caught him with these other women, messing around with these other women, and he tried to make her feel like, oh, well, it's not even like that. I'm a pimp and these my hoes and shit like that. And I'm thinking to myself, well, if that's the case, she might not be on a track selling herself, but she's definitely one of his hoes because he getting money out of you too. You might not be a street hoe, but you definitely an office hoe. You're a professional hoe. You know, you're a corporate America hoe. And she used to think that shit was so cute, how he used to be so possessive and crazy about her. But really, I just know that he knew he hit a lick. And he wasn't gonna let no other man like him come in and swoop in and take over what he done worked so hard for. When that money started drying up or whatever, because she had even asked me to borrow some money one time, and I was looking at her like, bitch, I'm still making 20-something. You in the 30s. I'm trying to get like you, and you trying to borrow money from me. Like, how would that work? That money started drying up. He started putting his hands on them. These men know who they can get and who to target. Men are not stupid. They're very smart, and they can read your ass.
She is so right when she says that these dudes are out here pimping women. Like they say, pimping ain't easy. That's what I heard. I was in a chat room or whatever the hell with these dudes listening to their conversation. Pimping ain't easy, baby. That's just a new style of pimping. You may not be out there on the whole stroll, but there's more than one way to pimp a woman. Anytime I feel that you're doing the financial heavy lifting, you're being pimped. Yeah, you're being pimped. Now, I'm a 50-50 type of girl. You know what I'm saying? Or you could say 70-30, whichever one you are. But you have these dudes, like she said, they know that the woman want the family dynamic type thing. This woman, she said, had 6 kids. Come on. Now, he knows damn well that that woman is going to keep a roof and food in the house for those 6 kids. So, of course, he's going to love bomb her, blow smoke up her behind. And you have so many women who are so desperate and thirsty for just a fraction or a crumb of attention. She's giving him the whole loaf of bread. He's not even giving her a slice. He's taking out a slice and breaking off some of the crust and throwing her mere crumbs. Crumbs of eggplant, crumbs of, sometimes he's kind to you, usually after you've already done something for him. Or he's nice to you, let's say a week or 2 weeks before he knows he's going to ask you for something down the road. And because he was so nice and so attentive, you usually fall for it. I tell women all the time, you have to be careful because there's more than one way to abuse a person. It's not always physical. There's financial abuse, mental and emotional abuse. And it's just so much easier and so much more peaceful. And you remain healthier when you fly solo. Do not move a man into your home. Do not live with these men because they change on you. They change up and they know that they're physically stronger than you. You want me out of the house? Get me out. So now you got to bring the police, get order of protection. Now he's tearing up all your belongings, pouring Clorox on your clothes, cutting up your furniture, bashing your television and all of the things that you worked so hard to acquire. None of this would have happened had you heed the scripture where it says, "Be wise, my child." Stop moving these men in, and don't ever, please, for the life of you, let any man in your home without doing a background check. Unfortunately, that's the day and age that we're living in. You need to know his first and last name. You need to know his address and his phone number. Social Security would be nice, but I don't think nobody's going to give out their Social Security because I wouldn't. But let him show you his ID so you can see that he is who he say he is. Check out his date of birth and check out his first and last name, like I said. And don't forget to get his phone number. You have to do a background check. I mean, if you don't believe me, just go to Viral Crimes on YouTube. Viral Crimes, and there's so many other YouTube channels for my man. And look at what, don't take my word for it, please. I want you to do your own research. You should never just trust a person's mere words. Look into it. Do your research. Check it out and see what I'm talking about. Viral Crimes, True Crimes, and look at what's going on with these women who didn't take the time to do a background check on these dusties. And if you insist that you just gotta have a man, because without a man, life is not worth living for you. You need this validation, acceptance, approval of a dude because you feel Jesus is not good enough. So since you insist on having these men, be careful.